But what we've seen now, the only alternative voice I've seen on the U.S. media speaking against the narrative has been Colonel Douglas McGregor, and Doug has been on Tucker Carlson.
You know, I have a deep friendship with Tucker, and as we talk about, he says, look, there are literally no voices in the media that are anti-war.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, you know, and I don't want to tell tales out of school, but he's up against a mountain. He's literally one of the few voices saying, what are we doing? We're heading towards a nuclear war. And you have members of Congress that are saying, we want to have remove Vladimir Putin, regime change. And then, of course, over the past 24 hours, we just heard from Vladimir Zelensky in an interview on CNN saying that the only way this war ends is with the removal of Putin in Moscow.
Yeah.
So to me, it's delusional. I don't know. And then, of course, the Western media is going to go along with it. CNN's going to push this narrative. And I don't know, what is the end game here?
Well, the propaganda campaign that we saw that was so intense in February, March, and through the middle of April, it's now backing off. It's almost like one of those commercials for Viagra that, if your sense of excitement lasts more than 3 months, see a doctor.
Right.
So, as you check the media now, and you go to the websites for Fox, for MSNBC, CNN, Ukraine, which used to be the #1 story, blaring headlines, and it is now either not there or it's down at the bottom, and it's not a very positive story. In fact, CNN last week, I was shocked to discover, had a piece about a former U.S. soldier, a special forces guy who had gone to Ukraine to fight, and all he was doing was whining and crying about, oh, it was terrible getting shelled, in 4 days it was hell, and he quit. So I'm going, oh. But that was so telling that, one, CNN would start telling that story because now they're having to come to grips with reality. Number two, it was a reminder that unless you have the positive rah-rah flag waving victory footage to show, that it is still a business about getting eyeballs to watch, and
right.
is not the good news of the victory. Instead, you've got the Azov battalion, so-called battalion, surrendering at Mariupol, and even there, the media, I guess, tipping the hat to George Orwell, called it an evacuation.
Yeah, they're evacuating into Russia because that makes sense.